Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome, dear viewers, a brand new episode of your program, UTD Saudi, coming to you live from the Kingdom of Humanity and from the capital of it, the city of Riyadh. When it comes today, inshallah, we do have three segments of the program. We'll be talking about Badr, we'll talk about, inshallah, about one of the success stories as well. We'll be having one of the very interesting bloggers in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and we'll be, of course, revealing his name during the episode as well about the latest news, everything that went on last week in Saudi and upcoming in Saudi and the next week and internationally as well, all the news. So just in the beginning, let me remind you of our email. So if we go with that, it's uptodate.ksa2@gmail.com. Just like always, just send us whatever you want, suggestions, things like that. And as well, you can always find us on our official YouTube channel, youtube.com/uptodate.ksa2. And as well, we're social. Okay, go on Facebook. Facebook.com/uptodate.ksa2. And as well on Twitter, you got questions, things, just give it to us live. At the moment, it will be answered, inshallah. Or as well during the week on twitter.com/uptodate.ksa2. So, when we're coming to today's episode, inshallah, we'll be talking about incubators in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, of course, and we'll be talking about Badr. Badr, it's like the generator of success stories in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia when it comes to IT, and of course, entrepreneurs, let's say. So let me welcome at the beginning Mr. Abdulmahsan Al-Aysa, who is the Business Incubator Service Manager from Badr. And one of the success stories, Mr. Abdulaziz Balkhair, Control Panel. You're the CEO of Control Panel, so welcome to the episode.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
It's a great honor. First of all, like always, we've got to tell our viewers, remind them, what's Badr? What is Badr? What does it do? And what services it provides?
Okay, Badr is under CAC's leadership, and national science and technology policy is basically to support entrepreneurship, innovation, and incubation. The main aim of this policy and plan is to transform the local economy into knowledge-based economy, and there are 11 advanced technologies that we have at the moment in CACS, and 5 of them are inherited by Badr, and that is AMI, Advanced Manufacturing, ICT, Information Communication and Technology, as well as Biotech and Nanotech and Energy. Badr, to define the incubation, it's different from place to another. If you look at the Western countries, they define it as an organization to accelerate the success path for startups. In the Kingdom, we define it as an organization to develop and accelerate and advance the small and medium enterprises through providing an array of services and range of services. One of the services that we provide is we interlink between the private and public sector. We provide workshops in different subjects such as financial models in terms of balance sheets and income statements, cash flows, as well as some marketing aspect of the project, and then technical part. Other service that we provide is we have right now a department called Investment Technology Unit, and this unit is basically to connect the entrepreneurs that apply for Badr to either angel investors or venture capitalists or other grants that exist in the Kingdom, such as Saving and Credit Bank. As well as at the moment, we have created a new program that called Entrepreneurship Unit program, and this program is to cultivate and educate the entrepreneurs on the aspect of entrepreneurship, and also to create the spirit and the culture of it in the Kingdom. And we have another program that is called Incubation Support Service Program, which I'm in charge of. And this program is focused on creating incubators all over the Kingdom. And the main goal of this program is to create 80 incubators, and as well as to create more than 20,000 jobs. At the moment, we have 7 incubators in the Kingdom, spread all over the Kingdom. And then we are seeking for having more of incubators because they are the will for technology and as well as innovation and as well as to nurture the local economy.
MashaAllah. Yeah. The thing is, I mean, you gave us a lot of details regarding Badr, the services and everything. If you simplify it to the people, how would you introduce Badr to them?
Badr is a path for success for the startups.
Perfect, absolutely perfect. And got a success story here. And Abdulaziz, just tell us about your interest and how did you know about Badr?
Well, I met one of the gentlemen or the colleagues that was working in Badr in a venture capital summit, and I got to know a little bit about it and what they do and how they can help you set up the company and all of that. So I said okay, and I had my own idea. I've been working for 15 years in the IT market, so it's time to start something new, and I had it for a long time. So I started applying. It was very easy. You apply for it online, and then they call you back, they send you the email, and the process was very easy to start with Badr.
This is the thing, I mean, you telling us that you already had a business for 15 years, you had things going on, but as well, you had the possibility of going to Badr. So, and this is a misconception. A lot of people think that Badr is for just, I mean, university graduates, that, I mean, as soon as you graduate from university, they can apply. As soon as, I mean, if you got a business for 5-10 years, that disqualifies you from Badr. Is that true, or
no,
what's the actual system?
The entry criteria in Badr is very wide and is not narrowed. We basically we evaluate the project and assess the project from 3 aspects. One of the aspects is the personality. The business, the owner of the business has to have a sense of entrepreneurship, entrepreneurial spirits and culture. This is a requirement, because if you have an idea without great team, the idea will not success. Yeah, you have to have a team. A team is mandatory. And this is one of the criteria that we look at. We look at the idea from technology itself. Is it exist in the kingdom? Does it exist, the idea? What are the business models that they are involved in? We look at the market opportunity. Is there a market for the idea? As well as we look at it from business environment, the market size. Is there a growth in the product and the service that offered by the entrepreneur? And we look at it from as well the team. You know, the team is very important for us. Yeah, if you don't have a good team, the idea will drop. You know, it will not exist.
So tell us about your team.
Well, I remember there was a word, but I forgot who said it, who said, try to surround yourself with people that you think are smarter than you. Okay, so that's what I try to do, especially on the technical aspect. And the good thing about what I do as, or this control panel, is that most of the team is virtual. They're remote. They're not based locally in Saudi Arabia. And that's the only way if you want to succeed and get the right people, because when it comes to finding the right caliber that has the experience, who's done it and who worked in a certain similar environment and in a successful environment, not a failure, it's very hard to find anybody actually in Saudi Arabia. So I had to look for people outside of Saudi Arabia. So I worked with people in the US, in Europe, in India, and some technical people also with me here in Saudi Arabia. So they're all over. But this is the beauty, the magic of the internet and the connectivity.
Absolutely.
You can have people working with you and sharing with you, and at the end you see the result. Yeah. You wouldn't imagine that you can work on something and then at the end, and they're all remote, they're not located with you in the same country or in the same city or in the same office, and at the end you have something, a product that you can sell.
You're absolutely right. So I mean, tell us about Abdulaziz Al-Bakr and the thought that he had, the idea that he had, and what is it in reality now?
Well, it started from, you know, I was working 15 years in the IT and still in the IT business. So I've worked with small and mid-sized and large enterprises, either in the private sector or in the public sector as government agencies. So, and we had a lot of success with my old company, and I've seen the pains that Saudi organizations have. And most of the pain happens because of, or the failure projects happen because of the team usually, or the knowledge or the experience. The team might not have the right experience. And then you have a project that you have spent millions. It depends from one organization. Some of them, they spend hundreds of thousands. Some of them, they spend millions. And then at the end, it's a failure project. They don't utilize the application that they have done. And it's all because of lack of vision. They don't know how to reach it. And the second reason is that they don't have a full automation cycle.
What do you mean by a full automation cycle?
Okay, any company, let's talk about companies, private sector. They have the finance department, they have the HR department, they have the sales department, the marketing, and the manufacturing department. Let's say they manufacture. If I use an application, automation for the finance only, that means everything else, I'm going to have to update the information manually again. So it's going to add effort. I did not help at all. I just helped the person that's going to click on a button to request for a report. That's the only person that I have helped. But the whole organization, they're not working in synchronization. So if I have all of them connected, they're all automated, all these departments are using the same application or an application, but integrated together, that means if I am in the sales and I sell something, the manufacturing department will know that they have a sales for next week, for next month, and the finance department will see it as there is additional material they need to buy to fund the purchasing department. The inventory or the warehouse will know that they should expect certain material. The HR will have to check that is there available team for that manufacturing order or not. So without that, I'm not benefiting from it. So usually my advice to any customer is that either you do the full cycle or don't do it at all, because you're going to be wasting time and effort.
That's interesting. I mean, the thought that, of course, was you were approached with it, Baader.
Yeah.
We got the company, we got something called, as I told you before, I mean, it's an SAS. Let's say
SaaS.
SaaS, yes.
Yeah.
And which is
Software as a service.
Exactly. I mean, when you got approached by the idea, so what does Baader do when they receive the idea, when they receive the request, let's say? What's the process after that?
Basically, what we do, we have three phases, we call them. Pre-incubation, and that's where we evaluate and assess the idea, and then we look at the business model of the project, and then we evaluate the project. Is it advertisement revenue model? Is it pay-per-use model? Is it subscription model? Is it so we look at it from different aspects, and then we see what's the market need, because we have to see, is there an alternative product? Is there existing competitor? We have to evaluate the market. We know the market. We do evaluation in a periodical manner, market surveys and market studies, as well as we look at where it fits in the market, and then afterwards we basically in the pre-incubation we help them in the IP, intellectual property right, and then we refer them to CACs to do the IPs, and this is one of the phases that we do. After the pre-incubation, we have the incubation phase, and the incubation phase we do the business plan. And now with Abdulaziz Bakr, we have already finished the business planning for the project, and then we're heading to launching the project. This is where the beef is. The incubation phase is where we launch the product, we do the market strategies for the product, and then we set the the sales team, sales force, as well as calculating the costs, the operating costs, and all of that. This is the incubation part of it, as well as we are eager as a Badr to link the entrepreneur with other existing players in the market, you know. And we usually do networking session and where we connect the entrepreneur with the existing players in the market, so that they can use their contacts to penetrate and execute the market. And then we have the post incubation. And the post incubation is the graduation, and this is the whole 3 phases is 3 years to graduate, but we don't have a set of graduation policy. We leave it open. We have one graduation is coming up very soon. That's ISME, and it's ISME. It's a project and in the mobile social network. At the moment, have you heard of it?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it briefly, but if you remind our viewers as well.
Okay. It's basically they have at the moment 700,000 user. 7 million messages per day. Actually, it's 7 million microblogs as well. It's doing well. The growth of the product at the moment is 900%. The growth rate it's tremendous. I mean, it's great. By the way, the project has won one of the best, one of the top 50 projects in the world as a startup, of course. And they won an award recently, and we hope for more graduation.
Yeah. Of course, I mean, if you want to go to ISME, it's s-me.com if you go to that website, and hopefully soon we'll bring you the website to see it as well. And there are other stores like Qayyim. And
Qayyim is doing well as well. It's ranking restaurants in the kingdom, and as well as reviewing the restaurants. It's one of the projects that there is a potential. We see it's gonna make a buzz in the future. There are other projects that we have. We have POS, point of sales. It's doing well. They have sold approximately 200 devices at the moment. It's a cashier
point
device.
of sale?
It's basically what they do is it's a device that they sell. It's a cashier. It's a cashier where it's placed in the grocery stores and baqalas. Basically, the business model of the project is ad-supported business model where they advertise. They have touch screen from front and the back, and this is where they do ads. And this is their business model, is to make money out of the advertisement that they do. You know, the screens, the back screens that it shows to the customers. The project is doing well at the moment. We have connect them with credit and saving banks, and they are about to get hopefully a loan, and you know, they are doing good.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. And MashaAllah, we hope all the success for all the stories in Badr. We got a first report. After the report, inshallah, we'll be having Mazen Al-Angari, who is the blogger, will be with us on the phone. So we'll go with the report. We'll be back. Stay with us with UTD Saudi.
With us currently, His Highness Dr. Prince Turki bin Saud. Your Highness, first of all, welcome to the show. We thank you for being with us here today. Your Highness, this very important agreement that I think happened today between also there was King Saud University and also King Fahd also University from Dammam. Your Highness, this agreement that happened today, what was the main goal for it? The achievements that we could achieve from these kind of agreements?
Well, the agreements today between CAXT and King Saud University, King Fahd and King Abdulaziz universities is to establish technology innovation centers in those universities. The purpose of establishing the centers is to bridge the gap between research and industry. these centers are large research centers. Funding will amount to, within 5 years, about 100 million riyals. And hopefully it will address, each center addresses specific application that will lead to a product that can be commercialized. And those 3 centers, the process for choosing them took a long time. More than 100 proposals have been looked at, and very strong competition between all the universities in the kingdom took place, and international evaluation was used to choose those centers. So we are very happy that these centers have been evaluated to be the best proposals, and we expect those centers to produce valuable impact on the national economy.
Economy is a very important issue. Also, Your Highness. Your Highness, helping the economy, and the thing that will also help to achieve a better economy, also will be more hiring also for the young youth. What is the best achievement that we can achieve with the economy with these kind of agreements?
Yeah, I mean, it's to expand an economy, you have to have a value, a product. And normally, if you have a product based on foreign technology, you cannot be competitive. To be competitive worldwide, you have to have your products based on your own technology. And that's what we are looking at, and utilizing our real national resource, our people, rather than the oil. The oil is not going to last for a long time. And we have to depend on the abilities of our people, and by having centers like these, we have great hope for the future of our economy.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back, dear viewers. When it comes to us lately, we've met a blogger. I mean, we've had a chat with this blogger, we had a talk with him, we saw his history, we talked about him. So it's seriously interesting for you guys as well to get to know him. With us on the line at the moment, Mr. Mazen Al-Angari, who is an active blogger, and as well he's a socialist. We'll get what he's the socialatic. We'll get to know what the socialatic, what being a socialatic means. But first of all, Assalamu alaikum, Mazen.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, doing absolutely great. Mazen Al-Angari, just tell the people, all right, we lost the call, so we'll get the call, inshallah, as soon as we get that ready. But let us now, inshallah, as soon as we get that call ready, let us now have some numbers. We talked about, going back to the topic of Badr, of course, we talked about some projects, things that they did. But if we talk about revenue, revenue is one of the most interesting things. How many projects at the moment you got in Badr?
Basically, we have 45 projects at the moment, biotech and AMI and ICT projects. The revenue generated by the incubators is approximately 6 million riyals per month. And then we spend in the sessions, business sessions, approximately 2,000 hours per year. This is some of the stats that we have.
MashaAllah. Some of the websites that we got to show our dear viewers, we got here on the laptop, Mr. Director. This is Samanur. Samanur is an actual curriculum. This is the website. And if you tell our viewers, what is Samanur?
Samanur is online curriculum, and basically it's online educational and collaboration as well. It provides the kids with the curriculum from the 1st grade to 12th grade. As well as all type of entertainments for the kids to learn, such as some of YouTube's highlights on, for example, thunder. If you want to know about thunder, you can go and see the picture of the thunder. This is kind of online educational for the kids.
This is brilliant. There are a lot of other things that we got to say. I mean, now they got the Nizam Hakat al-Elektroniya, they got the Samanur Gamer. We got to be talking about that. So, when it comes to us now, dear viewers, we'll have our try again at that phone call. Going back. Assalamu alaikum, Mazen Al-Angari.
Alaikum assalam, Faisal. Talking about being connected, huh?
Yeah, talking about being connected, exactly. How's Jeddah? How's everything going on in Jeddah?
Yeah, well, I think it's a connection thing going on these days.
All right, so Jeddah is good connections in Jeddah.
Well, yeah, hopefully.
Mazen Al-Angari, if you tell our viewers about Mazen Al-Angari and as well about your blog, Mazen-Al-Angari.
Yes, actually it's Hawaii, not an I, but anyways, that's not an issue.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So what would you like to know about the blog?
Exactly, about the blog.
All right, I started the blog about a couple of years ago, maybe around 2006, and was a general blog. I mean, just talking about whatever interests me, and mostly it's electronics and mobile devices. So that's how it started off, and then over time I kind of got interested in social media and utilizing the power that social media has to offer to the users.
MashaAllah. And of course, I mean, there came something now called Socialytic.
Yeah, Socialytic is basically a company that handles social media marketing. What we do is basically we promote certain clients of ours. We build up their online assets and help them interact directly with their customers, and helping customers, work on whatever interests them. If they have any complaints, if they need more information about certain products or to know more about the company, we kind of help them get more information going on.
Brilliant. And Baader is interested, I don't know. Yeah. They're giving a look to each other. Okay, I mean, Socialytic and having social media to play a role in advertisement. This is, I mean, big. And you as well tried it with one of the companies here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So how's the reaction so far, it being a new idea implemented in the Kingdom?
Okay, first of all, utilizing social media for advertising is not really the right approach to handle it, because the average user has become savvy enough to understand or to block the whole notion or approach regarding advertising per se. The best approach is being very frank and very transparent with your customers, and that's what people like to see and know. That's how companies should be interacting with their clients in a very transparent and open way. Everybody knows, loves certain brands, and we have been working with certain clients. Like, is it okay to mention a name?
Yeah, sure. You can mention a name now. No problem.
Okay, we've been working with A.Abdulmahsen company. We've been working with Kenwood. We've been working with Babylist and other companies, GC Watches. And so far we have a contest going on with A.Abdulmahsen.
Okay.
And alhamdulillah, we're getting a very high response on their Facebook page, on their Twitter account. And people are just loving the way that there's an interaction going back and forth between them and the company and what the company has to offer. They're loving it.
Brilliant. The thing is, I mean, lately, if you go on in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, a lot of other companies are doing some sort of similar competitions to promote for their Facebook page or their, let's say, Twitter account, or to promote, for their social domains available. Do you think that if they do it individually, it's a better approach, or if they do it systematically, I mean, as everything structured, everything ready to approach the consumer and all its divisions, I mean, all consumers at the right time, the right moment?
Okay. Of course, some companies like to do this in-house, let's say. It requires a lot of sense, what we call it a social sense, and this is something you develop over time. I mean, if you've been spoken to some of the online influencers, they would say the same thing, that you have to know the know-how. You need to do a lot of research and analysis on the situation, what's going on, when our users are interested in receiving the piece of information you're trying to give them. And it takes a lot of research to get involved. Another aspect is you're dealing with a Saudi market, and you need people who are Saudis to work with them and to understand the culture properly. It's very hard to get something pre-made or ready-made from abroad and try to apply it to Saudi Arabia. You have to have a Saudi who understands the culture quite well, who knows when is and what is the right time and how to cater the message to the public.
Absolutely brilliant. Mr. Mazen Al-Angari, we thank you very much for your input, and hopefully we'll be seeing more and more of your interaction in our program. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Faisal. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. So the smiles. Interesting. What do you think about that?
Oh yeah, it's great. Social media, it's booming right now. I think it's a great way to approach your clients as well as approaching the audience and the community as well.
That's the thing. I mean, and usually when you put advertisements in the streets, they usually grab attention of all the audience, but not the exact audience that you want. But if you go social, that means you're actually targeting the audience that you want with whatever social domain you're using at the moment.
The youngsters.
The youngsters, and that's the thing. I mean, we got more than 70% of youngsters in the kingdom.
Totally agree.
If we think about, let's say, I mean, SaaS, if we think about giving businesses the right, let's say, software to provide services and stuff, do you think that businesses themselves should structure all the services, everything that they've got, and they should integrate the social factor that is available online to promote for their businesses, to get their businesses outside, and as well to aware people about their businesses?
It's a very important step. All companies should do it. Even as people, you know, you should always market for yourself, even if you're working as an accountant or whatever. So you should always update it. But it's being present, it's being there, showing that my company. Anybody who looks for it on Facebook, he can find it. Anybody who looks for it on LinkedIn, he can find it. Wherever you go, you can find the name. So it's not, and sometimes, you know, you get on your mind the product and you're looking for it. So if the closest is the one that you're going to be buying, or at least communicating with them. So it's very important, but also updating that information. You might have, the company might have a web page, might have a page on Facebook, but updating it. And this is what's happening right now. Most of the websites right now, and when you go to develop or design a new website, they ask you, do you want it to be linked with a Facebook page? They ask you.
Yes.
So this is coming predefined. Or by default you have it, but the issue is using it and utilizing that. That's the most important, and how to utilize it. Like what Mazen said, you have to show certain aspects of the company, certain, let's say, principles like ethics, quality, social, that you care about the social and all of that, and also presenting that you're ranking between the competition and all of that. It makes a very big difference. And if you have, depending also which sector you're in,
really
makes a very big difference. If you're in retail and you deal with consumers, that's one thing, so you need a bigger presence. If you're dealing with corporate, that's a different thing, and that means you should be like in areas like LinkedIn or whatever.
Youth in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, when you promote them for something, or you're given a new product for them, a new website or something, they've got the tendency of losing interest quickly if they're not approached with updates, with new ideas from the same aspect that you're using. Do you find this with all the projects going on? I mean, for example, let's say we talk about Qayyim. Qayyim started like 2 years ago, or I mean more than that. But while the process of Qayyim, if there are no new ideas coming up with Qayyim, introduced to the audience of Qayyim, will they lose the interest of Qayyim?
Yes, of course. You have to keep your website or blog updated. And a very good point, Mazen, he mentioned the culture. Culture, it's an important aspect in social media. You know, what works in United States or somewhere else will not work here, and what will work here will not work somewhere else. So you got to customize your messages. You got to have to know your target messages. You have to know your target audience as well. So as I mentioned, yeah, I totally agree. Updating your website is very, very important to approach your audience and to keep them up to date about your services, your products.
As well, I mean, having new ideas introduced to them. I mean, not only a website, but as the simplest thing, competitions, giveaways, freebies and stuff, just to attract them.
And retain the customers.
That's the thing, retain the customer. You don't want to lose them at any time.
Yeah, there is a statistics on that actually. 80% of the customers that your existing customers is easy to actually retain them, but 20% of new customers it's very costly to actually attract the new customers. It's better to retain the customer than attracting new ones.
No, that's amazing. We'll go with another report in our program, and after the report, we're coming back to finalize the episode. So stay with us with UTD Saudi.
With us currently Professor Saleh Abdulrahman Ajlan, Professor in Energy and Energy Engineering, Executive Director, Technology Innovation Center Program. Professor, first of all, welcome to the show. We thank you for being with us here today. Professor, as you may know, this agreement that happened today is very important to the economy and also to the technology in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And what are the achievements that can be added to the Kingdom from these kind of achievements?
Good morning, first of all. As you are aware, today we launched 3 centers. One center in King Saudi University, the second center in King Abdulaziz University, the third center in King Fahd University, and all these centers we launched it today to start initializing innovation center in different fields. As you know, these centers aimed to promote university industry collaboration and technology transfer. And these aims will be achieved by encouraging the industry with the academic in the university to develop a prototype things in each field, and from that we can add some value to the economy. If we end up with developing some prototype or some models in these centers, it's gonna be beneficial for our economy by one way or others. And we launched these centers as a first round, which is this year. The next years will be announced. Announced another centers that the winner of the second round and third round.
And welcome back, dear viewers, with UTD Saudi. I mean, that was quick, very quick return. That was okay. And we're back in the studio. Just to remind the dear viewers, I mean, we're tweeting your questions and everything. One question about Baader that we received is how much Baader will get profit from the business?
We don't get profit. All the services are free of charge.
That was scary when you say we don't give.
We don't get profit.
You don't get at all any profit.
Any profit.
What about the money that you spend on the project?
You
don't take it back.
We don't take it back at all.
Brilliant.
This is all the service that we provide is free of charge.
So it's a win-win situation.
The business models of incubators are different from one place to another, as we mentioned earlier. In the United States, they actually get either they take equity or they take space rental. There are other different models that exist. One of the models that exists is once they connect you with the financial institution, they will take some of the equity out of the money that you get. In Saudi Arabia or in Baader, we don't take equity. All the services are free of charges. And well, if anyone wants to apply, they are welcomed. Of course, they just have to log in badr.com.sa and they fill up the form, and one of the representative coordinator, client service coordinator, will call him, and then there will be a set of meetings, either face-to-face meetings or telephone conversation to discuss the project and to see if there is a possibility to incubate him.
Brilliant. Let's talk about the website now. I mean, a lot of people will be seeing the website. We can have the website now. So, a lot of things on the website. This is in Arabic, of course, but as well, we got to explain it to our viewers. Within this website, they can easily go on to have information about it, apply. Can they follow up? Can they find more things about it?
Yes, we basically, once we receive the application, an email will be sent to the applicant. And email will say that we actually process the application within 14 days, and an answer will be given either by asking for interview, sitting with the client and discuss the project and see his personality, as I mentioned earlier, or either if the project already exists and incubated in Baader, we don't want to have the environment of competition. We don't want to incubate two projects are in the same line.
Oh, yes.
Because the incubation is all about friendly environment, friendly atmosphere. The incubatees interact, the incubatees exchange ideas and information, and we don't want to lose that charisma or that chemistry within the Baader organization.
Definitely. If we tell our viewers about biotech.
Yeah, biotech. We have at the moment 10 projects. I can recall 2 projects basically that exist at the moment. One of the projects is vitamin D. It's a lotion for vitamin D. It replaces the sunshines. This is first of its kind in the world. Actually, it's patented, the project. Another project that we have is the project very new to the market, and it's basically the shells of shrimp. Basically, what happens to the shells? It's been thrown. The project will use that shells to actually manufacture a product that will heal the wounds for diabetes.
Yeah.
And this is one of the
Brilliant.
2 projects that we have. Yeah.
This is
good
amazing.
projects.
What about the integration, let's say, not the integration, but what about Baader approaching people in universities and approaching people who have, let's say, graduation projects, things like that, to bring them into Baader?
Yeah, we do road shows at the moment. We go to the universities and we do presentations on Baader. And then we already have, at the moment, we organized a workshop called Ideas Workshops. And this is where we go to the university, we evaluate the ideas of the students, and we basically, if there is a great innovative idea, then we basically connect them with the representative either in Baader ICT or AMI or biotech or nano. It depends of the project. It depends of the project. We do road shows. We go to all universities. We have a program now that exists called Entrepreneurship Program. And then we host, usually Google comes to our office, comes to Baader, where we do lectures on different technology that exist. We keep updated, we keep connected with universities, yes.
MashaAllah. I mean, finally, can you just give our viewers some examples, some of the names that you've interacted with, some of the products? Or produce, let's say, of Baader with some of the projects like Qayyam, Ismi, Seminole.
Yeah, we have Bazari. Bazari, she's a lady that have e-commerce platform for homemade products, handicrafts. It's totally e-commerce. We know that the e-commerce it's in its infancy right now in the kingdom, but we know that this project has a potential. And it has a lot of buzz at the moment within the. And she's an entrepreneur. The lady, she's an entrepreneur. As I've been told by the client service representative, the market. She's targeting the public customers, the public, and she has good products, good handicrafts. We have Umleti. It's online prepaid and gift cards. It's basically we don't have a payment method at the moment in the kingdom, and this is a way to actually solve. There is a problem, and it's a way to tackle that problem. Another project that we have is just newly incubated is innovation solution. It's innovation solution. It's a project. It's a smart building project. It's the design a building and integrate that system into smart, where all the procurement will be electronically, procurement tenders will be electronically, as well as the design, the safety, the cameras, surveillance cameras. Everything will be integrated within a facility.
MashaAllah. Abdulaziz, I mean, let us tell from your personal, in your personal way, how would you? What message would you deliver to all the youth watching you? And they've got ideas, but they're not confident enough with what Badr got to offer.
Well, if we're going to talk about Badr, it's a very easy process, and they're very friendly folks. Okay, when I started with them, first of all, their experience. They help you work on the idea, even if you don't have the business plan. They could help you produce it and work on it until you reach the final stage, and then help you on the other side to develop your own the pilot project. So, and then you can test and see if this idea is good. If it's not good, you can always back up. It's better to know if you're going to lose money or make money out of it. So it's always good. And once you have an idea, the only way to know if it's good or not is to test it. So anybody who has an idea, I would recommend that to go communicate. If it's in the IT or in the area of Badr, I recommend highly that they should contact Badr. At least what he would get is an indication it's good or bad.
Free advertisement.
Oh, yeah,
I love
great advertisement.
By the way, guys, you're on the logo of the program.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you watch.
Thank you.
One compliment that we receive, and one of the messages of the people that we've got is Badr is part of CACS, and everything that you've got to do, go through CACS to be approved. Is that correct, or is it true in any way?
Well, yes.
We're talking project.
Basically, Badr is under CACS leadership.
Of course.
It is.
But what about the projects that we were talking? If the project is not approved by CACS, then Badr cannot approve.
No. We are a sustainable organization. It's not from revenues. No, but independent, isolated. We're not isolated. We are under CACS leadership. It's a program under CACS. But what I meant is we evaluate the project and we accept projects from the public. We actually have projects from CACS, but it's open to the public. You can apply anytime, and if the project is feasible and viable, you will be accepted to Badr.
This is absolutely brilliant. And I mean, just a reminder for your dear viewers, our email uptodate.ksa2@gmail.com. There, just send us any questions, any suggestions, anything you want to see on the program as well. Inshallah, hopefully this episode will be uploaded to our YouTube channel. It's a dedicated channel, so hopefully this episode will be uploaded to it at uptodate.ksa2. And as well, they can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/UpToDateKSA2, and as well on Twitter, twitter.com/UpToDateKSA2. There's a dot in Facebook, but I don't know. Yeah, there's a Twitter as well. So, back in the studio, and at the end, I mean, we thank you very much. We've got to thank Mr. Abdulaziz Al-Bakr, who is the CEO of Control Panel. Thank you very much for being with us. And of course, Mr. Abdulmahsen Al-Aysa, thank you very much. The Business Incubation Service Manager, Badr, CACS, thank you very much. It was an honor having you here.
Thank you very much. Thank you for hosting me.
Inshallah, there's a lot of things to go on with Badr, so we'll have you all the time. And when it comes to us here in the studio, many thanks to our director, Abdul Jabbar, as well, to Abdul Rahman Hafid. So, from us, everybody here in the studio and the KSA2, thank you very much for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.